know what to say. I've not got any specific topics. Obviously, I've always said that everyone talk what they want to. I feel like with you guys, why I wanted you on, I also don't want to put you into a box like you have to you always have to talk about body confidence and that stuff. But the reason why is at the moment with social media, I'm finding it really hard to like find pages that I go on and leave feeling good. Like that's something I've probably been trying to focus on at the moment. Because do you know what I mean? There's a lot. Social media's a lot for me anyway. But you guys are definitely pages where I go on it, come away feeling good, or feel like I've even like not learned something, but I'm like, you know,
taking something away.
It seems to me that, which I know we all have our own like pitfalls behind the scenes, and we're not always confident and stuff. But it seems like you guys promote like love yourself, no matter who you are. Love how you like work with it, that kind of thing. And I've noticed since being friends with you, especially, which is why I love you, girl. I didn't realize how little like toxic habit things I did have about my body and stuff. Like I didn't realize were there. Like I always thought I was kind of like, I don't mind how I look or whatever. But then I remember I was with you, and it was when we were in the Ivy, and you guys were taking photos in the loo, and you were like, should I take a photo with you? And I was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, why am I so like, I'm not as free flowing, if you know what I mean. Or like, I was having photos and stuff, and I was like, oh, my double chin, and you were like, Laura, like pulling me up on it, and I didn't realise how much I do.
Because it's so normalised in friendship groups, like, and specifically, and I said this in the thing that I'm delivering in school tomorrow, specifically girls that fit Western beauty standards. So like, on a street, if we wore the same outfit, I'd get more weird looks than you because of my body, and yours is closer to... But yeah, you might have more internal negative self-talk about yourself than me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just so normalised in groups because you're kind of closer to that perfection. It's like you strive more for it in a way. Whereas I'm just like, fuck it, it is what it is. I can't change that. But
that's what I think is so important about like you guys having people on the internet doing that kind of thing. Because even me and Sophia were talking about it, and she was even saying it like being around you makes us feel more confident. And I've not. But that's what it is. But that's why I think it's great to find spaces like that on the internet and just realising, I just never realised how much kind of like internal I had about myself. It's a journey. I feel like we all have journeys 100%. With our body.
Oh my God.
And it's a constant as well.
And I think it's because women's body, you got to think, like men's bodies just go like this or like this. Like the willies go like this or just stay the same from women. You get what I mean? Their bodies don't really change that much. They can either get maybe a bit of a belly, but then they'll lose it. But more often than not, if a man is tall and lanky, they're going to be like that forever. If they've got more of a fuller body, they're going to be like that forever. Like, you are curvy, you're going to be like that forever. Do you get what I mean? Whereas with a woman, I have been tall and lanky in school, and then all of a sudden, boom, got a bum. And all of a sudden, boom, lost my bum because I started playing basketball. Then I was dancing, and then I started basketball again. And our bodies go like this. Then I had a baby, and it's just, I think we have to deal with so much because it's such an ongoing change all the time. And then for men, small, medium, large, extra large, extra, extra large. We've got 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20,
and sometimes
22.
It can be in between like the 8 and the 10. It's never on
body.
But then sometimes I can go
type.
to one place and be a 14, and then I can try a 14 on somewhere else, and literally can maybe get my big toe in it.
So I think it used to be a massive thing when I was younger because I was like a size 12. That for me, I was like, oh my God, you're a size 12. Like, no. Look, back in like, you know, this was like year 8, year 9 or something. Like getting like a jeans, I would literally feel sick about doing that.
I've got 2 points to make.
I
saw a tweet yesterday and it said, the shittest thing about being a female is you look back on pictures of when you thought you were fat and actually you look fire, but you don't remember being fire because you felt like you were. And that is what we live with all the time, like in school, because I was 5'11" from like 5'10". I learned the other day I'm not 5'11". From like year 6. So I was called a grok in year 6 because I was tall and I had broad shoulders. I was way bigger than all my peers, but like I was taller than the boys. So I then lived with the ideal that I was this like grocky figure when, no, I'm just tall and I've got broad shoulders. You know what I mean? Obviously I have always been bigger than my peers, but I also think in society, we have to deal with so many ideals physically. I think men have pressure emotionally to fit certain ideals. You know, you've got to be the man, you've got to lead, you've got to do this. And yet, I think there's way more pressure on us all around the men. But I think the physical pressures are put on us and like the emotional pressures are put on
from a young ass age as well. We're talking young age. And like, especially when you said the thing about looking back on photos and whatever. I've got a photo on my Instagram, it's up there now, and I keep it there to remind me of this, where in my version of what I thought was like, you know, this beauty standards and stuff, look the best I ever have. Like,
By the way, but I feel like sometimes when people are with me, because I have come to a place where I can say fat and not be offended, because it is just like, you can say things, you don't have to mince your words around me, because
no, but that's
I've been where you are
as well,
and it's normal, do you know what I mean?
No, that's something I'll get into that as well, but how I thought I looked like, you know, we're looking great, whatever. Because I've been through like a breakup type vibe, and this is me when I go for a breakup, I can't eat food and stuff.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of weight, and obviously that was going on. I thought I looked amazing, but it was the saddest and the lowest I ever was. But what I want to bring up is what I think I've learned, and I think is really important, is just commenting on people's weight in general. Because this is something that I'm saying that I've learned, I'm more conscious of. At that time, people were like, oh, you're looking really good. And which is no fault of their own, but then when I lost so much weight, I'm like, oh right, I'm getting more attention now. People think I look good, I need to carry this on. And then that's why, just me personally, I'm much more conscious of when I comment on someone's weight, unless they invite it. So my friends like, I've been working out, I feel really good, then I'll say, you're looking really good, my friend.
Yeah.
Because you never know what someone might be going through with that weight loss. Because I see tweets, guys being like, why do girls only like lose weight when they've been in for a breakup? Why do they only invest?
I saw this about a year ago.
Those tweets make
and
me
I replied
so
to it
mad.
Because, why do girls only lose weight when they've gone through a breakup? And I replied saying, the heartbreak, lol, it's not a fucking choice. Like, it's not. When I broke up from my relationship last year, I went from a size 22 to a size 18, and even my own family were like, oh my God, you look so great, and I'm like, thanks, I don't feel it, I feel like I'm dying, but thanks.
Yeah, but thanks for that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, don't ask me how I am or why I'm losing weight, but congratulate the aesthetic.
Yeah,
why don't you?
yeah.
Like,
And it's just society, which is why it's hard, but it's just, for me, I've just become just aware of just like how I look at people's bodies and commenting and criticising and all that kind of stuff for me, which when you said about the word stuff, I used to be like, if I ever felt like I was bloated or something, I'm like, I feel so fat.
Right? Fat's not a feeling, yeah.
So that, I realised that I'm actually then putting out negative connotations with like fat or whatever. So now I don't say that anymore. Like I actually stop myself from voicing that out loud. Wherever I'm around, whoever I'm around, I just don't say it anymore, because I think that's just also not helpful. And also you could be around somebody else maybe who feels a way about themselves. I'll say I feel fat, and they might think, oh, well.
Or like in a room.
If she feels that way, then wow, I must be. That kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I felt uncomfortable in situations where someone will say, oh, I feel fat, and I'll be sat there thinking, but I am fat, so you're actually saying that the way I look is shit because when you feel how I look, which I'm fine with saying that I am fat, because I am fat. I love my body and I think I'm very attractive, don't get it twisted, but on paper, I have fat on my body. It's a descriptive word, just like we say tall, we say broad, fat is a descriptive word. Now, all the health connotation that comes with it is different, but it can be shit. You do have to be mindful, but at the same time, I think if you're in a safe space, like I will say to my friend, fat isn't a feeling, which it's not a feeling, it's a descriptive word for a physical way of being. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I try and say, oh, I just feel so meh.
Bloated,
bloated is what I go to, because that's what it is. You can wake up and you can feel bloated.
I wake up, take a breath, and I'm like, boom, bloated, brilliant, love that, love the woman.
Period. You feel like bloated.
Some days I wake up and I'll say, oh, I feel fat today. Like, it's still ingrained in me, and I have to check myself, even though I've gone through all
But I think going off what you were saying when you're commenting on people's weight, or I think we have become, especially us as women, and even just more as, I think what we're getting better at it as a society, some parts, is we're more mindful of what that person might be going through. Do you get what I mean? Whereas before, so you won't necessarily comment because you're like, ooh, like, I will think, God, you've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Is
everything okay?
Yeah, but that's what you go to.
I won't say that, like, you know, but instead I'll go, is everything all right? What's going on?
Exactly.
Like, I won't necessarily go, oh my God, you're so skinny.
Yeah, you're looking great. What's going on?
You know what my worst thing is? When you put on a bit of weight and someone goes, oh, you're looking well.
I know what you mean,
well,
Sharon.
Another way of saying that I've put on weight, hon. Like, that.
Why
really,
is it?
Yeah.
Why is it?
Oh, you're looking very well. You're looking healthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hon,
say what you really want to say. Say it with your chest. Beat around the bush here, aren't you?
You know what I mean? Shaz,
Yeah. It's hard. Everything is hard in society because we all, like, some people are more insightful than others, and some people have discussions like this and some people don't. And, like, I get that. That's why I kind of want to do these episodes as well, because I'm hoping, I love to learn stuff. I love people to teach me things, be more insightful, which is why I thought it would be good to like have this conversation so people can get an insight into how you can navigate things in different ways, or how you could maybe look at people's bodies and things like that more. Do you know what? I saw a tweet. I'm going to read it out. I have to read it out because I thought it was really great.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to get it out, guys. 1 second. Right, it was by, I don't know what her name is. She's that model. Is she called like, her name's Ev's Official?
Oh, yeah, Eva.
Yeah. This is what she tweeted. She put, please stop commenting on people's weight, fat or skinny. You never know what people are going through. Just mind your own kg. And it just killed me because I was like, you know what? Facts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Facts.
Yeah.
If we all just minded our own, which is what I try and do as much as I can, do you know what I mean? I just think the world would be a better place.
Yeah, but that's just with everything.
Yeah.
Like if people just, it's like what we were talking in the car. If you just mind the business. I drink my water and literally mind my business. And I will admit I didn't. I used to want to be in everyone's business, love a little bit of gossip. What's she doing? Oh, what's her day doing? What's he doing?
Yeah.
'Cause that's just how it was. I've grown up now. I actually physically don't care what you're doing. Do your thing, girl. Live your life, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were having the conversation on the way here. We were just saying, I feel like people care too much about how you're making your money and how you brush your hair and how you, because I get like the influencer world, like, and I get it. People will ask me. It's funny because people will say, "Oh my God, hon, where did you get that?" I'm like, "Hon, I've had it 15 years." Like, this coat was, you know what I mean, I bought in 2020.
Or
like,
people think that following you means that they then, that comes with like a certificate passed into your life. Like they have this.
Invasive.
They have this. I can't find my words today. Entitlement to your business.
Yeah. There's so much entitlement on social media. It's too much.
So,
and I'm not even influencer gang like you guys. And I look at it and think, honestly, what makes you think that you can say that you can be so invested? It's
somebody told me the other day on my Snatch. Now I've built Snatch by Low to be a safe environment.
Yeah.
So I've told all my riders, when you come, they all cuss me anyway because I stayed putting them through some bullshit. But I'm like, come cuss me, cuss the day, cuss you. Like they'll come in and be like, my husband's been a dick today. Let's go. Like, so I was doing, obviously do the workouts. In the workouts, we might swear here and there. Like when you're getting through a set, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And somebody reached out to me and said, one of my riders reached out and said, can I give you a little bit of feedback? So I was like, yeah, go ahead. She was like, could you maybe try and not swear? Because I have 2 little kids and I have to do it around my little kids. And could you maybe just not swear? So, because I'm the new Lauren.
Growth, we love to see it.
I closed my eyes.
Took a breath.
Threw a phone across the room. Took a second. Got out of bed and got the phone again. And no, I just replied and was like, I'll take it on board. Anyway, got out of bed, was speaking to Rhea and Ryan. I was saying, the only thing that annoyed me about that is before you've thought of anything you could do to change it, you've come to me and asked me to change my whole aesthetic of my brand,
my
of
business.
me as a person, my business. If I swear around my kids, that's my business.
Yeah.
Hendrix has heard me swear, but he knows
Yeah.
he will.
You could never.
He said shoot the other day and I went, what did you say? He was like, I didn't do a swear. I was like,
Bless.
okay. They know, my kids know. That's how I choose to bring up my kids.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking, let me just get some Bluetooth headphones, let me go to B&M's, get some £7 headphones, pop them on, still work around the kids. You've now asked me, and then in the next message has said, but I'm not entitled though. I don't want you to think I'm entitled. But
Well,
your message of
you've
giving
already
me,
admitted there that you know deep down you are, so congrats.
you've come out to ask me this, and old Lauren, it would have really bothered her and she would have thought about it all day. But it just bothered me in that moment because I just thought, wow, like, you are so entitled. Even when I moved in my house, well, when's the house tour? Bruh, never.
Let me breathe as well. First of all, let me breathe. Second of all,
Yeah, like, this is my space. Like, no, like, I already let you in on I've told you I was depressed. I've told you I was crying in a car. Like, things that I would
to
have
be
actually
relatable and to get a connection, which is good and fine.
Yeah.
People just need to understand it's okay for that to stop at a certain point.
Place.
And we're not perfect because people enjoy interacting, engaging and supporting with us. That does not mean that we're on this pedestal of superior humanity where we're not going to make mistakes or we're not going to do things or we're not going to, don't expect perfection. Like,
Yeah,
what
and that's
is that?
that's
the
what
stuff
some,
I get sometimes
Yeah.
when I'll put stuff on my story or I post and say stuff, and yeah, I'm all for like call me out on stuff and educate me and help me to get better, but not petty stuff that everyone makes mistakes or doing, or I'm just living my life. Like,
Yeah.
give me a break.
yeah,
It's too much.
No, I think it's a huge one. This is why I'm saying that at the moment social media for me is like, and I'm, like I said, I'm not even an influencer, but I'm just getting so like, I'm just surprised. I just don't get it. I just don't understand how people can be so forward, so brave to just say things when it's like negative as well. At least I guess these things still bad, but you know, people are coming to do trolling and all that stuff. I just think I'm confused.
See, me with trolls, I remember I got trolled once, and it, like, you can ask Ryan. I mean, I wasn't in the best space mentally. It really broke me. Like, I was really, really like, oh my God, this person thinks this. And now to where I think of a troll and I think, I have been living in my house, drinking my tea, playing with my kids and doing my thing.
Yeah.
That irritated your soul so much that you had to make a fake account to come and tell me that you did not like, hun. First of all, come be my friend. Come get a hug. I'm not a hugger, but I'll hug you.
What's going on?
Like, you've got more things that you need to
100%.
come and tell this person that you don't like them.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't like you, I'm just gonna not like you. I'm just gonna go about my business and not even think of, keep it moving. I'm not even gonna that person pay any mind to them. But it's, if I'm honest, trolls, I almost want to help them. Like, I almost want to be like, babe, come on. Let's meet up. Let's have a drink. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
What are you going through?
That's what I
you
used
must be
to do.
going through some shit to feel like you need to be.
Project that hate.
Even when they
Oh
come
yeah,
at
it's
me,
projecting. All of it's projecting.
all
Every
of
time.
it is like,
Every
right, don't
time.
come to me. Like,
Yeah.
go tell your
I
baby
just think,
father. Or,
I think then the people though who have, let's say, thousands a day, that must be when it gets a bit hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, people who have the huge, I don't know, I just feel like when you've got an abundance, because that's mindset, that's how I would move. If I was being an influencer, I would just, I would think it's always a projection, so it's nothing ever on me. But then I'm imagining if I was getting like thousands of them a day,
I think
it must
depends
make you
because
crack a little bit.
You do become conditioned. Like, I get trolling every day, whether it be a DM or a comment on a new post or an old post, or someone will share a post and then I'll get some form of trolling every single day. And you become conditioned to it now. So if a post goes viral and you've never been trolled before, and then you get, I think that is where it could become overwhelming. Or I personally feel like, especially being from a marginalised community that gets trolling all the time, like it's a part of our online presence, you do become conditioned to it now. Some days, like, you can take it on a chin more than others.
and then other days I can
think
like,
you become more conditioned to it the more you get it. Not gonna lie.
my TikTok that went viral. Oh my God, if you go through them TikTok comments, people are really, if I'm honest, it went viral and I've not once looked at the comments. I can honestly say I've only looked at it.
It's probably the best thing, to be
I've
fair.
just never, if I'm honest, there was, and I'm not even, there were so many, which made me think, wow, how do these people go through these comments? Like, it's kind of reading these, because I will post a picture and be like, ta-ra,
bye.
Do you know what I mean? So, but then I just happened to, I don't know why, but I was just going through, people were cussing me for how I decorated Henny's room, because I did one of the things in the room, and I thought,
But this is when you've got to think, people are mad. People are just mad.
How has that wallpaper made you that? I honestly wanted to reply and say, are you okay?
Yeah, no.
How's that wallpaper made you so upset?
Literally.
Do you know
I just
what I mean?
don't get it, because I could never. So I'm just like, I don't understand.
Yeah, but it's a different breed of humans.
I just think as well with social media, the issue is, back in the day when you had celebrity, your Michael Jacksons, your Christina Aguilera, this, that, and the other, it was always so far away. We were always very like detached.
Yes.
Now, because everything's so close, easy access, people don't have boundaries, and people don't set boundaries for themselves. They're happy to, obliterate all your guys' boundaries and stuff. And it's just, that's where I think there needs to be more. I don't know how it's going to be helped. I think, to be honest, I know it sounds kind of like negative, but it's only going to get probably worse, I feel.
Well, there's something been brought out now about trolling, because I think it was published like not so long ago that it is actually a hate crime, which it is.
Yeah.
But obviously footballers have always been getting like awful racial slurs and abuse. But now it's happening online, and obviously Marcus Rashford is the president of this country.
National hero.
What's the word I'm looking
Oh my God, his
for?
mum, I always think, I don't know if it's because I'm a mum, I always think, oh my
The
God.
Mancunian, aren't they?
Yeah, it's from down the road.
Yeah.
And Rachel used to go to school with his brother.
Star.
Yeah. I always think his mum must just look at him and think,
You're
I'm just
amazing.
so proud of you.
Yeah.
Like, you kick a football and you make millions, but I'm not. That's great. But this man that I've raised,
The initiative you're taking,
that you have raised, like, all right, you can kick a ball, great son. Like, I just always think, as a mum, she just must sit back and look at him and think, done good, you know.
I did that.
Single mum, I did that. Like,
But I saw a post and it was something about like fines will be issued for online trolling, but I don't know how realistic that is because I don't know how that's going to be able to be policed effectively.
Asked all the time, why are you not talking to Rin's baby mum anymore? Why are you not, fam? You see us not together. Just no, we don't
But
talk.
It's them personal questions.
Like it's nothing to do with you. It's not. And understand. Do you know what it is? I think. Because I always try to look, I've always done this. I always try and see things from somebody else's shoes. Like, so I get it. You are invested, and we did put a lot out there. So I get it. You want to know. You want answers.
Yeah.
So I understand. I have done that, but in the exact same breath, I have chose to. And this is what I don't think people understand. What is ever shown on Instagram is what we have chosen to show.
Yeah.
Everything is very meticulous.
Yeah.
And if you don't think it is and think influencers are just out here showing willy-nilly, then you've got it wrong.
Yeah.
Because for example, I love Cardi B to death, but I don't know where Culture is when she was on a video shoot.
Yeah.
But she might have been there. She might not have been there.
Comes with.
Do you get what I mean? She doesn't show me all that. And do you know what? She shouldn't have to.
Yeah. And you also don't care. You're not like, oh, where's Culture? Right, I need to find out. Like,
do you
you're a
know what I
shit
mean?
mum. Brrr, like all that kind of stuff.
I remember when I do my questions, I think I was around 40 or 50k at this point, and you replied to my story. Someone said to me, they said to me, you don't really share as much anymore, like what's going on? Because I used to have a platform, well, I still do, but I used to be way more open, like you are, because I wanted to show people that you could have a platform online and still be completely transparent and authentic and just live life, because we are human beings. But when you do get more numbers, it comes with more opinions, it comes with more eyes. And not only that, now some of my life is just way more sacred to me because I live so much of it online that now I do draw back. Sometimes I'll be more open because I'll be like feeling it, but it comes with, when you're so open, the level of entitlement, like people will want. Like when I was going through my breakup, every day people would be asking me about Tobias because he wasn't on my social media, and I'm like, so you've got the brains to assume that it's happening, so why do you
Which is mad, because as someone that is your friend, I saw that he wasn't on it. I never once thought, let me message and be a nosy bastard. Do you get what I mean? I just
some complete stranger, but because they're invested in your life.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I just didn't even. I thought, it wasn't until it was brought up I thought, okay, like, do you get what I mean?
And it won't be because I have a big following, but there's probably about 30 girls that have been with me since the beginning that I talk to regularly. They'll come to me for advice. I'm basically their therapist, or they'll show me new outfits or whatever. There's about 30 girls who I do communicate with regularly, and then more of an audience who are more regular, and then some of them I don't even know where they've come from. But it won't be them girls that'll ask me the questions. It'll be someone that never interacts with me but wants to know my business.
But it's funny when you're saying you're pulling back, because I've started to do that, and I'm not even anywhere near as big as you, but I've honestly started to think, I think I've got even more sacred with what I share. Like, I don't even really like sharing lay as much.
Yeah.
And that's just because every time I do, it comes with so many opinions and so many
even
questions.
As much as I love, and you love your followers, and we do what we do, and their support contributes to what we do. But you know, if I am talking about therapy and then you come in my DMs and you want a therapy session, like, that's overstepping a boundary. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I love you, and yes, some days I will give you advice, and my platform is here to make you feel seen, make you feel heard. Yes, but have a little bit of intelligence to know that if I'm talking to you about my triggers and trauma, it's then kind of exhausting for you to want me to give you a counselling session. And with Lay, when you share about being a stepmom and that, like tonight on your live, I bet you'll get so many conversations, which, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a common ground, and sometimes it can fill you up and empower you, but it can be draining when you're then helping other people deal with their situation when you're going through it.
I think because even that with Lay, like, we had Lay for a birthday, and somebody messaged me, and this ain't even one of my riders, like you're saying, it's somebody else, and was like, does she not see her mum? Hun, she's just with us for a bit. Like, you don't know the agreement we've come to. Like,
let's sit down and talk about
of course, she sees her mum. She sees her mum all the time. Like, she lives with her.
But
Like,
it's literally also just to shut the fuck up. I know it's so deep. I just think, shut up. People need to understand, celebrities and influencers, No one gets this contract. They're like, right, so when you become this, you are going to have to answer to everyone. There's none of that. So understand that you don't know these people. They're not your friends. I think it's dangerous to idolize people in general.
I'm going to bring up an IGTV. Carry on.
Go ahead. I think it's dangerous to idolize people anyway. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, like my mum's like an idol to me, that kind of thing. But I will never idolize a celebrity or anything. Don't do that, but just go to social media, enjoy the content, let it uplift you, and bounce.
But I think that's what's happened though. I think because of things are because it's what you were saying. Because celebrities used to be such a detachment.
Yeah, you couldn't even have access if you wanted to.
We didn't idolise them.
Yeah.
We were just fans.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were a fan. Now because things are so easy, they're literally
it's interlinked way more.
So like even though it go into the little request box, but I could message Maya Jama. And my message will be waiting in Maya Jama's
it's gone
inbox.
to your
Social media is
phone.
access.
Yeah,
But even Clubhouse now. Clubhouse. I was in a Clubhouse. Who was it who was talking? It wasn't Soulja Boy, but it was someone random like that, yeah? And I could just hear Soulja Boy like talking. I'm on Clubhouse on my phone.
Jay-Z was doing an
Do
interview
you know what I mean?
on Clubhouse.
I can just listen. I think it was, who's the guy who owns Tesla? Elon Musk or whatever.
Elon Musk, yeah.
I can just hear him on my phone.
The
like I'm having a
accessibility,
convo
yeah,
with
it's
you.
mad.
That is wild. And there's so many pros with it.
Yeah.
But there's just so many cons as well,
yeah.
which is why it's something we're going to have to deal with. But I just don't get where it's all going. Do you know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm pulled back from social media myself now because I delete Twitter so much. I spoke about Twitter on the last thingy. I delete it because seeing so many people's opinions, even myself, because I don't know, I'm at a place where it's like I don't want all this noise. Like it's too much.
I deleted mine and then
it can
I've
be
just
so
never got
great
it back.
though. It can be so great.
Oh no, 100%.
Like
100%.
Social media is one of the tools that helped me understand my worth outside of my aesthetic.
100%.
And there's so many incredible communities on there that are so empowering and uplifting, but it's just the way in which we use it, how it's policed, and how much we take in from it is where it
100%.
kind of becomes a bit techie.
It's how you maneuver. Like I've now, like I said, I went through my following and deleted a few people and tried to follow people that have lifted me. I'm trying to really now think more about what I'm taking in because I didn't. I would just be like, I was following all the Kardashians and and I was like,
Rianne lives with us now, and Rianne was saying she's even taught me that. She was saying she has changed up her feed so much. So for example, like non-binary, like that side of the LGBTQ.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, community. She like being non-binary, being gender fluid, also being what is it called? It's gone. But anyway, she has now followed more people that are gender fluid because me and I love her living with us because we like really do have these conversations because Ryan didn't get it and it's fine for him to not understand it because he just didn't get it, so he was like, we were all talking about it and we really got me thinking and thought, I need to, even though to be fair my Instagram has been quite, I try and I follow as many different people,
broad and variety,
a variety of people, but I've had to really think about, because it was the same thing, like I've just got all the Kardashians, I've got the oh my god I want to live in LA. I actually don't. I want to live in the middle of nowhere in do you know what I mean, on a field in a hut. Is actually what I want to live in. I don't want to, like, do you get what I'm saying?
I don't want to have a full face beat and a lace front every day. I feel like I have to, but I don't actually want to.
Yeah.
And one of a new girl signed up to Snatched by a Low, one of my riders, and we were going back and forth just messaging, and she was just saying like she's had 2 babies and she really hates her body. So I just said to her, question, who are like your top 5 people, women you follow? And she that's it. I said, first of all, what is your clothes size? What size are you? She was like, I think she said she was a 16 to 18. So I was like, okay. So I said, now tell me your top 5 women you follow. And every single woman, she said, I said, hon, none of them look like you.
You're not going to feel
and you're
seen
constantly just going to, even it's subconscious, you might not realise, subconscious you're seeing it.
You're not seeing it? I said,
and it's going to bring out those things in you.
So I literally sent her I sent her all these people, and I was like, and I said, look, I follow these women. This is, honestly, this is what you need. You need to see more women that look like you.
Plethora of body shapes, body types, faces, skin tones, hair types. That is a reflection of the world. This can be so narrow and such a small scope. I'm doing it in my talks in schools because I think grassroots is important. Like these kids.
This is like
my niece was 16 and she asked my sister for lip fillers for Christmas. I was like, right,
it makes me sad.
sit down.
It makes
Why
me
do you
sad.
want? Obviously, it's the culture.
I know, but
follow more people online that make you feel seen, make you feel heard, make you feel enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's having that. Lots of things come back to being self-aware and like reflection and stuff, because you know what I mean. It's having the conscious effort to be like, right, I'm going to do that because you know what I should do and I need to, and it's going to help me. And
I think it's people not understanding the importance, because especially in Gen Z and that generation, because social media is so ingrained in the culture of the generation, that they don't actually have the scope to mindfully think outside of this
or the impact.
So then they don't actually think, oh my God, if I am a size 16 and all my friends are size 10 and all I'm following is Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, Stassi, Kendall Jenner, oh my God, I'm going to feel like I need to look like them. But actually, if I follow X, Y, and Z that look like me, then I'm going to feel normal.
Because there's
like,
a bigger world out there.
Then
Especially like, I don't know if you saw on my story that TikTok video where that girl had like all the trends. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's done out here. It is done out here for young people.
They were putting
headphones wrapped around the waist.
First of all, how are your headphones not tangled? One, in order to do that.
Yeah.
Two, why are you doing that?
What is going on?
Boredom.
Like, obviously, I can remember me being younger, and there was like the thing once you had to be slim and skinny.
Yeah,
and that
when you're young,
because everyone gets a bit of that. But this is on just such a scale, and it's like, so there's so much of it. I'm just thinking, I don't know. If I was that age now, I actually don't know how I would fare in the world. Like, I don't know. Like, it was already enough when I was younger, but now I just feel what you're doing is so important, so great. And so much more needs to be done in schools 100%. For everything.
100%.
It's so ingrained in the next generation's lives now that it needs to be a focus for well-being.
Oh, 100%.
Point blank period. And I'm so glad that the school that I'm working with sees it as such a focus for well-being too, because it is. So
would your aim be, if that goes success, then would you reach out to other schools and try and do it?
So pre-COVID, I had a 6 to 8 week program planned, and it was nearly finished, boxed off. I've been working back and forth on curriculum, PTSE. I've been with like the board of PSE to make sure it, because obviously Ofsted could come in if they see my program, be like, right, okay, we want to watch that.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure it was all above board. I was going to deliver it, get all my recommendations and everything. Not recommendations. I can't find my words today. You know when you've done something.
Referrals. Refer or
there's a word.
Anyway, I know what
them
you mean.
to be like, yeah, it was great. The kids benefited here, and
like
then
reviewing it, like the review of it.
I was going to do one-to-ones with the kids, and then package that, sell it to initially my council. So when you do programs at schools, you know when you're in school and there'd be a body of people that would come in and talk to you about X, Y, and Z, like I did Duke of Ed. My school bought them programs from the council to be able to give them to us, and your schools will have done the same.
Like funding for it, and then
So I'm launching my own foundation. It's called Better Me, and that is going to be Better Me will then have programs in schools, and I want different people from different communities to then. My curriculum will be set, and they will teach it in schools that's applicable to the demographic that's in them areas.
Yeah, because you can't spread yourself everywhere at all points in time. You're going to need to.
I'm not the person to go to a majority black school. Do you know what I mean? Why would I take up that space?
But again, because then black kids need to see someone that looks like them.
Yeah, 100%. So that was what was happening, and then obviously schools have now gone all Zoom. Like all school is done from home. So I'm just doing talks now, and then hopefully in the next school year we'll be able to get it rolling. But I've got a whole foundation that's being
so important.
So important. It's going to be a non-for-profit. I just want it to run itself, and then the profit that is made from it, I want to then put into programs that's going to help kids in certain communities, because I just needed the help myself when I was in school. If I would have had this when I was in school, where I am now would have been.
But imagine when you were in school and you felt like that.
Yeah.
It's so much worse now.
Yeah.
Because of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Me and Ryan go and do the 17-8 camps they're called, and we go and do basketball camps, and we did one. And in all the camps I have, like after lunch we have like a sit down, like 30-minute chat, and every day it was on something different. And one day it was social media, one day it was about mental health and anxiety, another day it was just like about fashion, or another day, because I asked, I was like, it was about sexuality. We talked about all that. The one, I started crying in front of this like group of 80 kids because we were talking about mental health and anxiety, and I was like, right, raise your hand here if you just look in the mirror some days and you just hate yourself. Every single child did this.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror if you feel like you have nobody at home to speak to about this. And I just burst out crying, and they were like, Miss, what's wrong? And I was like, my heart
But that is the reality for a lot of
you
kids.
feel this way.
Yeah.
So then I just went in to explain that I was depressed, and I really struggled with my mental health, and now I have anxiety. And all of them was like, you.
Makes it normal.
But you don't look like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've had a baby as well. Miss, you had a baby. And I was like, yeah, I'm about 600 years old compared to you. And it just made, and I was saying to Ryan, we need to just do this more. It made me, because them talks turned into, we had lunch a bit earlier because they would like, Miss, what is it on today?
That's what
they wanted to have that little chat. And then what I loved about it is afterwards, we used to play, and then like the last 10-15 minutes was just free play, do whatever you want, come chat to me, chat to Ryan. And in the end, Ryan ended up mentoring one kid who was just, had all the talent in the world, but was a lost soul. But Ryan was mentoring him, and he's like a track guy. He's doing really, really well for himself. And then I just had so many girls coming, like, just even little things like, Miss, how do you brush your hair? Like, what do you use? Like, how do you even do your edges? Like, you know, like things that at home they're just not being told, or they're just not.
We didn't have an older sister, or just those kind of things.
Or their older sister just don't care. Because as an older sister sometimes, she's just so like, you know what I mean? God, like,
and I feel like there's not enough community-based programs anymore. Like when I was a kid, I did have the youth club. I was, I mean, again, I was the fat kid, so it was very traumatic sometimes. But the mentors that I had at the youth club helped me so much. Like, and there's not enough community-based stuff anymore.
It used to be so.
I think back to school, even at PHSC, I'm thinking, what were we even taught? What were we even told? Like even sex education stuff, like periods and things like that. The period stuff as well. I'm just thinking,
I'm having sex now. Let me tell you, Miss Teacher.
It is
not how you were trying to teach me. I'm telling you that right now.
Even stuff around STIs and things and stigmas with that, you are literally not told anything. I'm confused. It's just mad. It's mad to me. Like everything, now I'm just like, you really wanted to just go around the topic. They never really wanted to say anything.
But this is why community-based projects are so important. So the program I'm doing, it's going to be in a Catholic school. And I've had a week, haven't I, of Zooms where I've had to make sure that the body of what I'm presenting is in the Catholic viewpoint, and it can't be anything outside of that. And I've been having conversations with teachers who are normal humans, and they're like, we're told on a curriculum that we can talk about safe sex, but only in the viewpoint of, we can talk about contraception, but only in the viewpoint of protecting you from STIs, not to preserve you from pregnancy, because obviously it's a Catholic school, so that goes against the religion. And a lot of schools are like that. A lot of schools, because it's government that oversee this, and there's so many boards, and we know how dark and dirty all political stuff is. It's very restrictive, and the well-being of kids can't be focused on as authentically as it needs to be because of all the restrictions that come with
which is so mad.
Bodies and stuff. So that's why we need more open community-based projects to let people know that this is normal. This is normal. This viewpoint, yes, you're being fed it here, but it's because of this, and actually this is the way the world is. Like, we need more community stuff.
But even like at sex education, when it was, I never saw in sex ed 2 girls or 2 boys.
No.
Oh God, no.
Never saw that.
No.
Which is normal.
Yeah.
Like, and I know there was a kid that now he is gay.
Yeah.
And that's fine as well. He's living his best life. God bless him. But do you know what I mean? But I can only imagine what's sitting in that class and watching that, or getting taught that, and he's thinking,
or
nothing's resonating. There's no
because when you are a kid, obviously, especially if 2 boys see 2 girls in school, I don't know, do something like that, and you're a girl that knows she's gay here, them 2 boys are going to be taking the piss out of what they're seeing, because you're immature. There's a lot of views that you're taught. homophobically. So then as the gay girl, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can never come out as gay because look at what I'll have to deal with.
Yeah.
We need more community-based projects.
Yeah, 100%.
People at all scopes of life, delivering them to applicable communities.
Yeah.
100%.
'Cause that's where it starts with like young people.
But we're never going to get the funding from the government. So it's going to be people like me, Rianne, Lauren's friends, really passionate about it. It's going to Marcus Rashford, what he's doing. Community.
Yeah.
It's going to be people that know that it's needed, that we put the money behind it ourselves.
Yeah.
Do you think, is there a thing on social media where there's like perfect mum vibe?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
100%. And I think since having Henny, I am not the perfect mum. I shout at Henny to the point where now I'm realising I need to stop shouting at Henny.
Yeah.
Henny's shouting back. And that's because I shout at Henny.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just... We're
we learn,
learning.
we grow.
Yeah. I've never done this mum thing before. Like,
Yeah.
And my mum brought me up, and there's things in my upbringing, love my mum and dad to death, but there's things that my mum and dad did with me that like my mum and dad weren't the most
I think we all have that.
kissy as parents.
Yeah,
They
same.
weren't like that.
Same.
So in my house, I have not really seen that, which why I think I've literally leapt from boyfriend to boyfriend because I just want someone to hug and kiss
My
me and be
whole life.
all on me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why Ryan
Someone love me, please.
Ryan will go to the toilet and I will be like this outside the toilet.
Codependency.
What are you doing? And he's like, are you really sat outside the toilet? I'm like, yeah.
Codependency. I've had to break this down so much.
Yeah.
So I think so with Henny, me and Ryan kiss in front of Henny and hug in front of Henny, and I just love on him, and he's just, I just want him to be a lovely kid, like and he is like, he'll say you're beautiful, or I like those shoes. He always
First time I met him, gave me a hug.
Yeah.
And some kids
love that.
I don't think that's. You can tell when a kid is secure and being loved on if they are just like, hi, you okay? And
and that's what I wanted. But then in the same breath, like, I'm not perfect. We don't really have a bedtime. But I took that from my mum, because my mum said, you used to tell me when you were tired.
Yeah.
And you'd go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
that's just what you did. I wanted you to understand, respond, like, so when I went to bed late, you know them ones that then you get up early? Should have gone to bed earlier. And then the next day she was like, guess what you did? I went, took myself to bed early. She was like,
Yeah.
But in terms of your friend, like, I can totally understand what she's saying. Like, I think that's why I started to grow my platform, because I thought I'd had Henny, but I was so sad. And women have been told, you have a baby and it's the best thing that's ever going to happen to you.
Okay, yeah.
And I felt it was the worst thing I've ever done.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I love Hendrix to death, and I've got to a point now where I feel like I don't have to. That's not. It used to be a disclaimer. Oh my God, I love Hendrix to death.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to disclaimer that anymore, because it's obvious I love my son to death.
100%.
But some days
But
he also drives you insane.
This and I was saying to Reed this morning, I said, motherhood is a mental health issue, I'm telling you, because
I can't even imagine.
morning he was upstairs and I wanted to pick him up, throw him at the wall, and I would have not have felt guilty. He was crying and moaning, didn't want me to brush his hair, but wanted me to brush his hair, didn't want me to use that brush, wanted me to use that brush, didn't want to wear that, wanted to wear that. Moaned because Leanna, they were playing a game that's a shopping list game, and he did not want Leigh to have the shopping list that Leigh had. He wanted her to have his shopping list so he could have the different one. So I went, but just get the different one. Why has Leigh got to change? No. Or then he comes downstairs like, Mummy, do you like my cool hair and my cool moves? And I looked at him and thought, oh my God, I love you so much. What excuse? And I looked at Rihanna and was like, motherhood is a mental health issue, because I wanted to throw him at the wall.
Yeah.
And now I want to just kiss him and love him, and I want all of his siblings. It's just insane. Insane.
To find some pages and some mums who do talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Don't just follow the mums that just do the cute outfit pick and then nothing else.
Or like the influencers that get all the ads, so they take the perfect family pictures, when actually you've just fought with your child to get that perfect picture for that ad. So talk about that on your story and normalise it for the parents.
We were going to take a picture in them River Island outfits today. Do you know why we've not? Because Leanna had a mental breakdown. Then Henny, I don't want to take any more pictures. You took pictures of my hair, I don't want to take. And then Henny was like, I will not be doing any pictures anymore.
Yeah.
So I looked at Ryan and was like, I'm not taking a family picture, because the picture is going to be...
My family's mad.
We're strangling them.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be, all of us are going to be like this.
Yeah.
And River Island going to be like, not very happy now. So I said, you know what?
Not the vibe we were going for, to be honest.
I said, when Leigh comes back next week, we've got her for a whole week because it's half term. I said, in that week, we will take some pictures and we'll make it fun, and I'll bribe them with chocolate. I said, but right now, on this Sunday, kids go and be... And you know what else parents need to not be guilty about in this lockdown, screen time. Do not be
There is
guilty.
a lot of judges in there. My kid will never have an iPad.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
I will sit here.
Yeah.
I was like, Henny, and I remember going in on my mum because my mum, Henny was like 1 and my mum let him have the iPad. I was like, Mum, he's been on it all day. And I remember getting so annoyed and I was like, my kid, that will never. Hen, go get the iPad, bring it here, and I'll even put your favourite on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel guilty for it.
You have to find peace. Peace is so important to all of us.
So
Peace.
important.
You need peace. Otherwise, you lose yourself, and that's when stuff's going to get real.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I say to my like friend. Like, she's doing so much all the time, and I was like, you need to start trying to shove responsibility somewhere else, and you need to have some time to you,
Asking
because
for help,
otherwise it's going to get too much.
Yeah, 100%. And even like the mums like on Instagram that every day cook meals for their kid. That is amazing and more power to you,
I hope it's
sis.
done for my kids.
Henny, do you want nuggets and some chips?
Corn nuggets, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you want some corn nuggets and you want some chips?
Chicken
on?
nuggets,
Come on.
yes.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's funny because Hendrix actually hates McDonald's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hates McDonald's.
Love
does
that
not
for
like
him.
fast food. Does not like it at all. So it books Ryan because you know when he's like, right, quick, we're going out.
Mackies.
Ryan, Hendrix like, no, I want sausages and mash.
Yeah.
Like, cook. So I leave because my child just won't have McDonald's, but he doesn't like it, won't eat it.
Who wants cuisine?
Yeah, that's the one good thing I've done with my kid. He doesn't like that, and he doesn't drink anything but water.
Oh,
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that.
Healthy.
Yeah.
That's it. But
Definitely.
that's the
getting
one
nuggets.
good thing as a mum I've done. Doesn't have a bedtime, but he just drinks water. Drinks water before bed and then wets the bed.
Got a
But-
hydrated child.
And also, I think with this, being a mum will be personal to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
that is okay. If you want to do no bedtime, you do that. If someone wants to do bedtime, good for you. Like, comparing, it's the same on the internet. We shouldn't look to compare with anybody else. It's so important. That comes from you. You have to be strict with yourself and think, I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else. I'm happy with what I'm doing, and that's okay.
I took Hendrix to a baby sensory group,
Yeah.
and it was the most toxic thing I've ever done.
Really?
Every single mum was comparing all the
Them
kids.
groups, yeah.
So Hendrix was quite, and if it's funny because I wouldn't even say he's advanced because there is probably a set thing where they should probably be walking, but then
Yeah.
why is that like? Do you know what I mean?
As long as you
Because
walk, we're all happy, you know,
Yeah,
whatever
like-
happens.
Hendrix's best friend didn't walk till after he turned 1. Hendrix, and they were exactly like I wouldn't say they're any
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
They're both smart. They're both funny. They're both.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? So, and I remember Hendrix. I took Henry, and he was at 4 months. Hendrix could crawl, but that's as well. My situation at home is he has a sister who he's following around every single weekend. Well, at that point we were 50-50, so we had like all the time. So he wanted to be in stuff. You are a new mom. That's the only kid he ain't following you. He sees
Yeah.
you all day. When
Yeah.
you leave the room, he's probably thinking, what shit can I get into here?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? He's trying to crawl, like,
Yeah.
or you leave him on that mat with everything he wants. Like, do you get what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
content.
There's
Which-
reasons for everything.
oh my God, I went to this baby group. Your kid and your kid's hair. Your kid's this. I wish my kid had that hair. I wish my kid was crawling. I wish my
Oh,
kid.
it's
That's
sad that, you
crazy.
know.
It's so, and that's another thing I hate when kids that look like Henny, like they're both, but kids that are mixed race, but obviously the hairs are different, but then you tell me you wish your kid had my hair. Stop. That is
That's
one
tox-
of the things that really bugged me. Like, I had to back a woman up and say, stop saying that. Your kid's hair's beautiful. You're going to give your child a complex.
Yeah.
How about the hair?
And then a complex against my kid, who they're actually friends with, and they're going to be like, I don't want to talk to Henny because my mum thinks Henny's the best kid in the world. isn't it?
Yeah.
I said, stop doing that. Stop
Yeah.
it. Stop it. If that's how you
Being
think,
cautious
be
of-
quiet.
yeah.
So true.
Yeah, like that's the thing I think, which I hope maybe with like, you know, our generation now when we have children, we'll probably be more aware about how you can pass
Yeah.
stuff on and you can project. Because I think,
Yeah.
you know, mental health wise, we're all more talking about it and getting therapists and
yeah.
stuff, which hopefully will benefit when we all like have children now. Because we all know
100%.
what it's like. We've probably got stuff from our parents, that all that kind of stuff you have to unpack.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, if I have kids, I feel like I'll be so trying to be just aware of, you know, you are you, you are great. I'm just gonna let you do you because I'm not
And
trying to
it's
put
really
myself
that
on
simple.
you.
It's really that simple.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
But I think also when we have kids, and I think this is what I was like I really overthink. I was overthinking parenting because I was thinking, you know, my mum. So what I was saying about my mum and dad. Oh, I don't want Hendrix to have anything to say, but he's going to. My mum and dad still brought me up great. I think I'm an all right human. Do you
Yeah.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I went to America at 16, and they I didn't know this until I was 30. Like, they almost went broke doing it. Had to get debts. I got into debt and had to get loans and all this so I could go and play here. And when I'm over there, I'm running up phone bills and my mum's having to pay phone bills. And I'm thinking, some tap my mum and it's not. But they never made me ever let me think that they never had the shit together.
Yeah, which is amazing.
And they were amazing. So I think we can't think, oh, I don't want my kids to have any. No, I don't want to say it's issues, but don't want to have like anything.
Yeah, okay,
Do you get what I'm trying
yeah,
to say?
yeah.
Because they're going to, because they're going to be.
Because that's life as well.
And that's the great thing about you're raising a human. And I hope when Henny's older, he thinks, I'm not going to shout at my kid because my mum shouted at me. Because I acknowledge that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think there is things, I just don't think we need to be this perfect person. So when our kids grow up, they're going to be perfect. Because I hope I bring him up to make his own decisions and decide, you know what, no, mum, when I want my kid to do,
and like be a good communicator. I think communication is so important. Making sure that they're just happy to communicate and they're happy to voice how they feel. And you can't ask for any more than that, I think. 100%. Do you know what I mean? That's 100%. Like the most important thing. And whatever else, just flow with it.
That's a big thing with my kids. Like before, when Henry was upset, I always say, come and talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, calm down. Talk to me. Why are you upset? I want you to be able to explain to me why you're upset. Like, Leigh started crying today. And I said, Leigh, why are you crying? What's wrong? I'm only talking to you. You're just making me upset. I said, but wow, I'm just talking to you. I don't know. It's just your voice is making me cry. All right, you're a bit emotional.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's what I have to explain to Ryan.
Yeah.
Like Ryan doesn't understand that at 7 she can be emotional. How? Yeah. Babes, our hormones right now are going like this in her body, but she's only 7.
And that's amazing. You're explaining that though.
Yeah,
like, that's sick in itself.
But just because she's not got boobs and not on a period,
they're still flying around trying to find their space.
They're trying to flying around to try and find where we're going to settle. Where we're going to settle. And we still don't fucking settle because I'm 32 and mine have settled. Do you get what I mean? And I'm trying to explain to him that you do understand that she's going to kick off, storm upstairs, slam the door, and you can't run upstairs and be like, hey, because she's doing it. Hendrix is doing it because he's pissed off. Leigh is honestly doing it, Ryan, and she doesn't know.
Emotions,
She doesn't know. She can't tell you.